The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sharon Newman isn't the only one who's been a little off her rocker lately. Lucy Romalotti has also been acting out in recent months, with her stalkerish moves and obsession with Faith Newman. However, Lucy may have a new fixation once she finds out about Sharon Newman's fatal face-off with Heather Stevens. Since Sharon cleaned up the crime scene and tossed Heather's wrapped body into the river on the September 26 episode, it could delay justice. Nevertheless, there'll eventually come a point when Lucy realizes Sharon's fight with Heather is the reason her mom's gone. Heather may not have been Lucy's biological mother, but she was her mother in every way that counted. Lucy may blame herself on some level for causing the accident that pushed Sharon over the edge. Even so, Lucy is bound to blame Sharon as well and may take matters into her own hands when it comes to revenge. It's easy to imagine Lucy deciding that since Sharon wiped Heather off the map, she should do the same to Sharon. Lucy might plot Sharon's grim fate and set the stage for a dramatic confrontation between them. Since Lucy has already been a little wild lately, it won't be hard for Y&R to take that wild side a bit further. Lucy might become obsessed with the idea of making Sharon pay for Heather's demise, but we all know that wouldn't really make her feel better. Maybe Faith could step up to calm Lucy down and talk her out of harming Sharon in the end. It could be Faith who saves Sharon's life and stops Lucy from making a horrible mistake. Naturally, there could be more to the story of Heather's grisly outcome since Sharon blacked out. It'll be interesting to see what gets revealed about Sharon's missing chunk of time. Regardless, our Y&R predictions point to vengeful Lucy being a problem for Sharon down the road, so we'll keep you posted on any bad news that's brewing. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Lucy's grief could drive her to do some terrible things, so stay tuned. CDL's where you want to be for the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so make us your #1 source. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Tangled Candy. It's me, Emily, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, September 30, 2024. Heather makes a shocking return. Get ready for a thrilling episode of The Young and the Restless as Monday, September 30, 2024, brings the highly anticipated return of Heather Stevens. Her arrival promises to stir up old feelings and create new tensions in Genoa City, impacting several key characters in dramatic ways. Heather's return shakes things up. Heather's unexpected comeback is bound to send shockwaves throughout Genoa City. Known for her complicated history with both Nick Newman and Victoria Newman, her return raises questions about unresolved issues and rekindled romances. Fans will be eager to see how she fits back into the intricate web of relationships and rivalries that defines life in Genoa City. What does Heather want? As Heather re-enters the fray, her intentions will be scrutinized. Is she back to reclaim her life, or does she have an agenda that could disrupt the status quo? With her past ties to both Nick and Victoria, the potential for conflict is high. Nick faces dilemma. Nick Newman has always had a tumultuous relationship with Heather, and her return forces him to confront his past. As he grapples with lingering feelings, he must also consider how her presence will affect his current relationship with Sally Spectra. Will Nick choose the past over the present? Expect intense emotional scenes as Nick tries to navigate his feelings while keeping his commitment to Sally intact. Will he succumb to nostalgia, or will he prioritize his current relationship? Victoria's reaction. Victoria Newman is no stranger to the drama that Heather brings, and her reaction to Heather's return is likely to be one of defensiveness. With her own complicated feelings toward Nick and a desire to protect her family, Victoria might feel threatened by Heather's presence. Tensions rise between the exes. Look for a showdown between Victoria and Heather as they confront their shared history with Nick. This confrontation could lead to unexpected alliances and deeper rivalries, affecting their relationships moving forward. Lily and Devon's confrontation. Meanwhile, the return of Heather may also affect Lily Winters and Devon Hamilton, who are still navigating their own complicated relationship. Heather's presence could prompt Devon to reflect on his past and his choices, especially in light of his ongoing struggles with Lily. Old flames and new challenges. How will Devon react to Heather's return? Will it spark old feelings, or will it serve as a reminder of his commitment to Lily? The dynamics between these characters are bound to shift as Heather's arrival brings past emotions to the forefront. What's next for Genoa City? With Heather back in town, the ripple effects will undoubtedly touch multiple storylines. Expect surprising alliances, heated confrontations, and emotional confrontations as the characters navigate the complexities of love, loyalty, and betrayal. Tune in for the drama. Don't miss the exciting episode of The Young and the Restless on Monday, September 30, 2024. Heather's return promises to be a game changer, with plenty of drama and unexpected twists that fans won't want to miss. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of September 30, 2024 are finally here. Next week, Sharon Newman impersonates Heather Stevens via text. Daniel Rumalotti Jr. searches for a missing Heather as Sharon continues covering her tracks. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott outsmarts Audra Charles. Also, Nate Hastings has a new mystery on his hands. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Monday, September 30, Heather Stevens impersonated. Y&R spoilers for Monday, September 30 reveal that Sharon lies to her loved ones. Sharon doesn't confess to murder at all. Instead, Sharon says she was overwhelmed and has now come to her senses. Sharon will continue to lie to her family and cover when Daniel becomes suspicious and embarks on a desperate search. Sharon will also tell Cameron Kirsten that she's done with the hallucination. However, Cameron urges Sharon to kill again. Monday's episode will also feature Phyllis Summers taking on a new endeavor. When Tuesday's episode rolls around, Kyle manages to outsmart Audra. Knowing Audra, she will just double down on getting revenge. Meanwhile, Nate receives a mysterious message. Elsewhere, Victor Newman questions Victoria Newman's loyalty to Billy Abbott. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Wednesday, October 2. Jack Abbott strategizes. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, October 2 tease that Victor challenges Kyle and Audra once again. Meanwhile, Jack Abbott strategizes with Diane Jenkins Abbott. Over with Daniel, he will learn devastating news. Does someone find Heather's body, or will communication with Heather just completely stop? Y&R spoilers, Thursday, October 3. In Thursday's episode, expect Victor to conspire with Lily Winters. Plus, Nick Newman comforts Phyllis. It sounds like Heather's body might be found. Over with Sharon, she will keep up appearances. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Friday, October 4. Sally Spectra commiserates. On Friday, October 4, fans can expect Sally Spectra to commiserate with Billy. Meanwhile, Adam Newman gives Chelsea Lawson some tough love. Plus, Daniel will struggle with his new reality. If Daniel learns that Heather is dead, how will he cope? What does that mean for Lucy Romalotti, who is already struggling with alcohol and other issues? I can totally see Daniel questioning Sharon, but what if Lucy does some detective work on her own? It certainly would be dangerous, but it would give her more screen time. In any case, it sounds like the Sharon/Cameron storyline is just getting started, so stay tuned. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of September 30, 2024? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, September 30 tease that Daniel Rumalotti and Lucy Romalotti come home to find an empty penthouse. Where is Heather Stevens? Good question. Maybe Daniel should ask the family stalker, Sharon Rosales. At this point, it appears that Sharon killed Heather, but can we be certain of anything given Sharon's state of mind? Is Heather really dead? In the absence of his partner, Daniel texts and calls Heather, but he gets no answer. Meanwhile, Sharon's loved ones are also curious about what she's been up to. This includes Nick Newman, Faith Newman, and Mariah Copeland, who know that Mama Bear isn't quite right. The Young and the Restless spoilers. What's wrong with Sharon? Sharon is back home, but they know she lied about her whereabouts and expect to be told the truth. Sharon confesses, but does she tell the whole truth or does she spin a yarn? Fans believe they saw Sharon break into Heather and Daniel's apartment, kill Heather, and dump her body in a river. But Sharon is having major delusions and hallucinations, and at this point, the smart viewer would be wise to question Sharon's version of events. Y&R spoilers. Is Sharon a murderer? On Monday, fans will see Sharon do everything she can to alleviate her family's fears and concerns. She may invoke Cassie's name in a bid to explain away her puzzling behavior. With Daniel, she may use Heather's phone to send a fake message asking him to give her some space. Is Daniel smart enough to put 2 and 2 together and surmise that Sharon and Heather are connected in a gruesome way? Like Sharon's family, Daniel suspects things don't add up, but with a lack of concrete evidence, he has nothing to go on, just a gut feeling. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Is Sharon's explanation believable? Sharon sees dead people and talks to them. Can this plotline end well? We will have to wait and see how well Sharon can spin things. She's hanging on by a thread, and we'll be amazed if she can continue to keep her wits about her as the mystery of Heather's absence grows larger. Everyone knows that Sharon had it in for Daniel and his family, and hopefully a clue leads them to the truth, whatever that actually is. Tell us, Y&R fans, do you think that Heather is really dead? The Young and the Restless spoilers and rumors tease shocking twists ahead. It looks like Sharon Newman killed Heather Stevens. But is Heather really dead? Or is it all part of Sharon's psychosis like Cameron Kirsten? The Young and the Restless spoilers. Is it really how it looks? In the last episode, viewers witnessed Sharon's dramatic intrusion into Daniel Romolotti's penthouse with the intent to poison his whiskey. However, she soon experienced a change of heart. In a bizarre moment, she found herself grappling with an imaginary version of Cameron over the tainted bottle, leading to a chaotic scene where she accidentally knocked over several glasses. After teddying up the shattered glass, Sharon attempted to make her escape, but unexpectedly encountered Heather. Heather confronted Sharon about her presence in the penthouse, prompting Sharon to spin a web of nonsensical lies. She first claimed that Daniel had just stepped out and asked her to wait for him, but Heather quickly called her out on that fabrication. Y&R spoilers. The two women argued. Heather pointed out that she was aware Daniel had dinner with Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, and Summer Newman, Allison Lanier, before heading out to pick up Lucy Romolotti, Lily Brooks O'Brien. Sharon altered her narrative, stating that she had some matters to discuss with Daniel, prompting her to call him, claiming the doorman let her into the apartment to wait for him. Heather, however, confronted Sharon, insisting that she was lying, as she knew Daniel wouldn't leave Sharon alone in their apartment, given her recent instability. This led Sharon to break down, expressing her grief over Cassie Newman, Karen Grimes, and her desire for Daniel, Heather, and Lucy to leave town to escape the painful memories. While Heather felt for Sharon, she was clearly frustrated with Sharon's using Cassie as a reason to target her family, reminding Sharon that although Daniel was drunk, Cassie crashed the car. The Young and the Restless spoilers. It all went downhill from there. The women keep arguing when Heather suddenly sees some glass that Sharon overlooked while cleaning. Heather questions her about it. Sharon acts like she doesn't know where the glass came from. It becomes obvious that Sharon won't reveal the truth about why she's in the apartment or how she got there, so Heather picks up her phone to call the police. Sharon then slaps the phone out of her hand. and things escalate quickly. Sensing something is off with Sharon, Heather mentions calling the police again or Nick, and Sharon snaps. As Sharon tries to leave, Heather turns to grab her phone. Realizing Sharon is making a run for it, Heather rushes to the front door and grabs her arm. Sharon pushes Heather to the ground and asks if she's okay. Heather doesn't respond at first, but then sits up and says, "You are out of your mind." Y&R spoilers. Sharon Newman blacked out. Sharon appears to drift off and lose her concentration, and the next scene shows her waking from a nap and noticing Heather lying on the floor. Sharon is disoriented and unsure of what happened, and Cameron suddenly reappears, implying that Heather is dead. Sharon panics and rushes to Heather, lifting her head to see blood and glass. Overwhelmed with horror, Sharon is terrified by what she believes she has caused. Cameron urges her to stop dwelling on her feelings and to clean up the situation before Daniel and Lucy return home. Sharon gets to work covering Heather's body with a sheet, cleaning up the blood, and taking Heather's phone and the whiskey bottle. Soon after, Sharon is shown tossing the sheet, seemingly containing Heather's body, off a bridge into the water. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Is she dead, or is it a figment of Sharon Newman's psychosis? We need to consider if Heather is really dead. Sharon lost consciousness during the events. One moment, Heather was speaking on the floor, and the next, she was gone. If Heather is indeed dead, we still don't know how it happened. All we saw was glass near her head and neck, along with blood on the floor, which raises questions. Sharon did check for a pulse, but didn't find one. However, in soap operas, characters often overlook faint pulses. Could it be that when Sharon threw Heather's almost lifeless body into the water, Heather somehow revived? Is there a chance she could come back? These are possibilities. Besides, Sharon's perception of reality is distorted. She believes Cameron is real and often has blackouts where she forgets her actions. It's possible that the whole encounter with Heather was just in Sharon's imagination. Y&R spoilers, on the other hand. This explanation might not be as believable as the earlier one, especially since Christine is coming back to town, as noted in the actress's Instagram post. It's easy to picture Christine returning to Genoa City just in time to resume her role as DA and team up with Chance Chancellor to investigate what happened to Heather. After all, Heather was Christine's stepdaughter for many years, and Daniel is her godson, so Christine would be very involved. Considering this perspective, we circle back to the idea that Heather was attacked by Sharon, but may not have actually died. The Young and the Restless spoilers. What would happen to Sharon if Heather Stevens didn't survive? We really can't imagine Heather being dead. That would put Sharon in a terrible situation. Once the truth comes out, she might end up in prison or Fairview for life, and neither of those places is a permanent set on the show. Since we haven't heard that Sharon Case is leaving the show, we can assume she won't be facing a murder charge. Still, it would be interesting to see her in prison with Patty Williams or a recast, who wouldn't be happy about Sharon knowing she killed her niece Heather. Imagine the terror Sharon would be in facing down a vengeful Patty. In a Young and Restless preview for the week of September 30 October 4, how the heck is Sharon going to escape prison time? Read on for the details and watch the video below. After fleeing Genoa City in the middle of the night and checking into a seedy motel, Sharon continued to be haunted by visions of Cameron, who kept taunting her to get her revenge on Daniel. After a nightmare of seeing Daniel, whose head was covered in blood, gasping Cassie's name, Cameron pushed her to make her dream come true. He told her it was the only way for her to get justice for Cassie and feel whole again. He then prompted her to discover a small black bottle in her bag, which Cameron revealed was a deadly poison. Sharon soon found herself breaking into Daniel's place and poisoning his whiskey. That's pretty much when all hell broke loose. Sharon fought with Cameron, broke free from his influence, and poured out the whiskey. That's when Heather found Sharon in Daniel's place. The next thing you know, Heather's dead, and Sharon's dumping her body over a bridge. Coming up, Daniel, frowning and looking down at something he's holding, tells Lucy, "Your mom's not coming home." So is Heather really dead? Meanwhile, Sharon tells Nick and Mariah, "That's why I confessed." Nick asks, "Confess to what?" If Sharon killed Heather, how will she be able to live with herself? At least we can guess how she'll stay out of prison. Tensions are running high on The Young and the Restless, as Daniel Romalotti finds himself at the heart of a disturbing mystery surrounding the sudden disappearance of Heather Stevens. As Daniel grapples with the growing unease at home, his daughter Lucy is overwhelmed with guilt, believing her rebellious behavior may have driven her mother away. Despite Daniel's constant reassurances, Lucy remains convinced that her actions are to blame, adding to the mounting pressure on Daniel as he tries to piece together what really happened. Daniel's suspicions about Heather's abrupt exit are only intensified by her last message, a curt and uncharacteristic note that feels unsettlingly out of place. With each passing day, his fears grow, especially when Heather fails to make contact. As time drags on, Daniel's anxiety morphs into full-blown panic. After 2 long days without any word from Heather, Daniel's worst fears begin to feel all too real. Unable to wait any longer, Daniel turns to the authorities, desperate for answers. However, his hopes are quickly dashed when the police inform him they cannot intervene until Heather has been missing for a full 3 days. The bureaucracy and inaction of the police only add to Daniel's frustrations, leaving him with no choice but to take matters into his own hands. Determined and running out of time, Daniel launches his own search, convinced that Heather's life may be in grave danger. The chilling discovery of Sharon Newman's earring at Daniel's home adds a new, terrifying layer to the unfolding drama. The earring's presence is an ominous clue that confirms Daniel's darkest suspicions. Heather didn't just leave, she was murdered. This shocking revelation sends Daniel on a frantic quest to uncover the truth, but it also raises critical questions. What role did Sharon play in Heather's disappearance? And could this be just the beginning of a deeper, more sinister plot? As Daniel digs deeper, viewers are left on the edge of their seats, eager to see how this mystery will unravel. The clock is ticking, and every moment counts as Daniel races against time to find answers and protect his daughter. With the stakes higher than ever, The Young and the Restless delivers a gripping storyline that promises to keep fans hooked with every twist and turn. Will Daniel find the truth before it's too late, or is Heather's fate sealed in a deadly secret that no one saw coming? Young and the Restless spoilers hint that fans continue to reel over the Thursday, September 26 episode. Sharon Newman had contemplated poisoning Daniel Romalotti and snuck into his condo to add a dire substance to it. Of course, despite her mental health spiral, Sharon decided against the act of revenge and went to leave the apartment. Just as she opened the door, Heather Stevens was staring right back at her, entering her condo, and this triggered a confrontation, which got ugly fast. So much so that Miss Stevens ended up dying and being thrown into a river. Does this all mean that Heath and Vale Bloom have exited the Y&R? Y&R spoilers. Many fans believe this could be a dream/hallucination. As of this writing, neither Bloom nor the Y&R have commented on the status of the actress on the soap. This leaves so many question marks with the storyline. As Sharon was hallucinating prior to the big event, and she had a blackout, could Heather still be alive? After all, Sharon was seeing with the late Cameron Kirsten, so anything is possible, right? Y&R spoilers. A plot twist on the horizon? Then again, if Sharon really did kill Heather and dump her body in the river, there could be a huge plot twist on the horizon where Miss Stevens isn't dead. If this is the case, this wouldn't be the first time Sharon was involved in a storyline of this nature, as she originally thought she killed Cameron, only for him to end up alive. Not to mention the fact that she, along with Nikki Newman, Victoria Newman, and Phyllis Summers, killed JT Hellstrom a few years back, only for him to end up alive. So as fans wait to see what happens next with this storyline, it'll be interesting to see how long everyone will be kept in suspense regarding the Y&R status of Vale Bloom. Do you think Heather is alive? Comment below. Watch Y&R on CBS Daily so you don't miss a moment of the drama, and check out SOS often for the most up-to-date Young&The Restless spoilers and news. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Paul's kids just cannot catch a break on the Young&The Restless. First, Ricky was shot and killed by his own dad when he went off the homicidal deep end. And now, it looks like Heather's dead too, courtesy of Sharon's psychotic break. We are totally surprised. We saw this coming the second Heather and Sharon ran into each other. But we thought maybe it would just result in a coma and amnesia, not murder. But today's episode was all about Sharon's confrontation with Heather after being caught, and her apparent death at Sharon's hands. You can catch up on what happened in our recap here. The long and the short of it, after arguing, Sharon blacked out, and when she came to, Heather was dead. Cameron helped her clean up, dispose of the body, and come to terms with what she'd done. It doesn't look good. There's still hope, of course. Sharon could have become so delusional that all of this happened in her head and Heather is still alive and well. But this would be one heck of an intricate delusion. Vale Bloom's been back in the role as Heather for a little under 2 years now, having rejoined the show early in 2023, 13 years after her first run playing Paul's daughter. And so far, there's been no word on whether or not Bloom is done at Young& Restless. Even if Heather is truly dead, that doesn't mean she's gone, of course. With someone as prone to hallucinations as Sharon is right now, we could soon see her joining Cameron in tormenting her killer. After fleeing Genoa City in the middle of the night and checking into a seedy motel, Sharon continued to be haunted by visions of Cameron, who kept taunting her to get her revenge on Daniel. After a nightmare of seeing Daniel, whose head was covered in blood, gasping Cassie's name, Cameron pushed her to make her dream come true. He told her it was the only way for her to get justice for Cassie and feel whole again. He then prompted her to discover a small black bottle in her bag, which Cameron revealed was a deadly poison. Sharon soon found herself breaking into Daniel's place and poisoning his whiskey. That's pretty much when all hell broke loose. Sharon fought with Cameron, broke free from his influence, and poured out the whiskey. That's when Heather found Sharon in Daniel's place. The next thing you know, Heather's dead, and Sharon's dumping her body over a bridge. Coming up, Daniel, frowning and looking down at something he's holding, tells Lucy, "Your mom's not coming home." So is Heather really dead? Meanwhile, Sharon tells Nick and Mariah, "That's why I confessed." Nick asks, "Confess to what?" If Sharon killed Heather, how will she be able to live with herself? At least we can guess how she'll stay out of prison. Be sure to read our Young& Restless spoilers to discover who Nick is comforting and what Lily may live to regret. Weird questions, so hopefully, we'll find out what truly happened sooner rather than later. But for now, RIP Heather. Y&R/Sharon Case portrays Sharon Newman. After nearly 30 years on The Young&The Restless, you might think Sharon Case would be unfazed by anything. After all, the iconic soap actress has seen it all. She had this intense love story with Nick, dealt with the powerful Newman family, and even experienced heartbreaking loss. And let's not forget one of the strangest daytime moments ever, Sharon Newman's narrow escape from a crop-dusting disaster. But there's yet to come her biggest and most emotional storyline ever. Find out. Major Sharon drama ahead. The upcoming storyline of Sharon on The Young&The Restless is bound to take us on the thrilling ride. The Y&R vet admitted that filming the upcoming episode, airing on September 27th, was a bit daunting. It was almost a little scary, she revealed, talking about how her character takes a walk down memory lane. Moreover, we'll be treated with a glimpse of Sharon's past as she visits the grave of her late daughter, Cassie. The ardent fans of the CBS soap might remember the Sharon-centric dream episode from last year. However, Case said there would be a major difference this time around. There were a lot of other cast members involved in the dream episode, she explained. Unlike the previous one, the new one will mostly feature Sharon Newman. Case spilled, "I saw the script and realized I'm on every page." What was her initial reaction? "I thought, how am I going to do this?" She joked, highlighting the challenge of carrying the whole episode almost on her shoulders. Additionally, it wouldn't be like those standalone dream sequences we've seen before. This one's tightly connected to the current storyline. It will set the stage for some serious drama in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, Case couldn't be more excited about what's in store for Sharon. "It's a storyline I've always wanted to do, but the timing was never right," Sharon teased. Though she stayed tight-lipped, she did hint that this would be one of Sharon's most memorable storylines. It's indisputable that Sharon has been a part of some epic storylines over the years, and the history might just repeat itself. The Y&R actress promised, "This will go down as one of her greatest storylines ever." It can't be an overstatement since it's coming straight from Sharon, who has tasted love, loss, and occasional soap twists. In the meantime, don't forget to check out Soap Opera Daily for more The Young and the Restless celeb updates. Get ready because Sharon Newman is about to take center stage in a big way. Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Summer Newman keeps a close eye on what is being said about her in the media. After all, as a member of the Newman family and head of Marchetti, she's got to be careful about how she's being perceived by the public. The same could be said for the character's portrayer, Allison Lanier, whose recent social media post was aimed to clear up some online misinformation that had been making its rounds. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Allison Lanier hops on social media to set records straight. Lanier recently hopped on X to set fans straight regarding some misinformation that had surfaced online. In the post, she tweets, "Hey guys, whoever is updating my wiki, I love ya, but you have my birth date wrong and older than I am. The article you're citing is not a credible source." So if fans thought Wiki was ever a trustworthy source, whether you are searching for information on Allison Lanier or anything else, you may want to proceed with caution. Still, Lanier never offered what her birthday actually is, or her age for that matter, so the actress continues to keep fans guessing on those two fronts. Y&R spoilers. A fan questions Lanier. Allison responds. A fan responded to her X post, and of course, Lanier took the time to respond. X user Lovesason commented on Allison's post by saying, "You check your wiki, that's so cute, laughy emoji." To which Lanier responded, "Of course I've googled myself once or twice lol. Gotta see what the soap sites are saying about Summer." Seeing that we are one of those soap sites she's referring to in her response, here's hoping Lanier sees this article. May we state, for the record, how amazing Summer Newman is and what a wonderful job her portrayer is doing. Hashtag more summertime in Genoa City. How cute are both Summer Newman and Allison Lanier? Comment below. Watch Y&R on CBS Daily so you don't miss a moment of the drama, and check out this site often for the most up-to-date Young and the Restless spoilers and news. There's whiskey. Young and the Restless spoilers note that fans are still reeling from the Thursday, September 26 episode. Sharon Newman's mental health storyline hit a boiling point when she seemingly killed Heather Stevens and then dumped her body over a bridge into the river. But are things as they appear to be? The Young and the Restless spoilers, is this all real? Y&R spoilers remind viewers that Sharon has been dealing with a ton of bad dreams and hallucinations. After all, she's having literal conversations with the late Cameron Kirsten and has seen her long-dead daughter, Cassie Newman, on occasion. It's easy to think that this may have been a nightmare, and that everything that happened from the moment Sharon blacked out was a dream. It may even be a hallucination. Still, if that isn't the case, Sharon could be in the middle of a real-life nightmare she won't be able to get out of. Y&R spoilers. Could Sharon Carter have murdered Heather Stevens? The fact of the matter remains that Sharon blacked out at some point during her confrontation with Heather. She pushed Heather, saw a blur, and then awakened on the couch to find Ms. Stevens in a pool of blood. Could someone else have murdered Heather? The first person that comes to mind with a motive is Sharon Carter. After all, she's Lucy Romolotti's grandmother and has been known to do vile things. It may rub Sheila the wrong way that Heather is raising her granddaughter, and she took matters into her own hands. Sheila's on the bold and the beautiful right now, married to Deacon Sharp, and has been behaving. But that doesn't mean she couldn't take a quick trip to Genoa City to stir up some chaos, right? Then again, the list of potential killers, other than Sharon, is endless. From Sheila's daughter, Daisy Carter, to possibly Heather's ex-boyfriend from Portugal. Even if Heather is truly dead, maybe Sharon wasn't the murderer after all. Is Heather really dead, or could it all be a very bad dream? Comment below. Watch Y&R on CBS Daily so you don't miss a moment of the drama, and check out this site, often for the most up-to-date Young and the Restless spoilers and news. The Young and the Restless Weekly Spoilers 9/30-10/4/2024. Nick advises Sharon to confess all crimes. As the drama continues to unfold in Genoa City, The Young and the Restless is gearing up for an intense week filled with suspense, revelations, and emotional confrontations. This week, Nick Newman finds himself in a challenging position as he advises his sister Sharon to come clean about her past mistakes. Here's what fans can expect from the upcoming episodes. Nick's dilemma. Nick Newman has always been a protective brother, but this time, he finds himself grappling with a moral dilemma. Sharon has been harboring secrets that could have serious consequences for her and those she loves. In a tense conversation, Nick encourages Sharon to confess her crimes, believing that honesty is the best policy, no matter how difficult it may be. Will Sharon take Nick's advice, or will she continue to conceal the truth? The weight of her past may become too heavy to bear, leading to emotional turmoil for both siblings. Sharon's internal struggle. Sharon is at a crossroads, torn between the fear of facing the consequences of her actions and the desire to start anew. The prospect of confessing her crimes could bring significant repercussions, not only for herself, but for her loved ones as well. As she weighs her options, viewers will witness Sharon's internal struggle, highlighting her complex character and the stakes involved in her decision. If Sharon decides to confess, the fallout could ripple through several storylines in Genoa City. Relationships may be tested, and trust could be shattered. Friends and family may react in unexpected ways, leading to dramatic confrontations and heartfelt moments. Nick's support could play a crucial role in helping Sharon navigate the potential aftermath of what's next for Sharon and Nick. As the week unfolds, fans can anticipate a roller coaster of emotions as Sharon grapples with her past and Nick stands by her side. Will her confession lead to redemption, or will it deepen the chasms in her relationships? Additionally, other characters in Genoa City will likely be impacted by Sharon's decisions, setting the stage for intertwined storylines that keep viewers engaged. With intense drama and pivotal moments on the horizon, this week's episodes of The Young and the Restless are not to be missed. Tune in to see how Nick's advice influences Sharon's choices and the subsequent fallout in Genoa City. Heather returns from the dead, seeking Sharon and Cameron for revenge. Young and the Restless spoilers. The Young and the Restless is about to take a dark turn as shocking news spreads through Genoa City. Heather Stevens is back from the dead, and she's on a mission for revenge. Get ready for a gripping storyline that promises to shake the foundation of several characters as old secrets and rivalries come to light. The shocking resurrection. After being presumed dead for years, Heather's unexpected return sends shockwaves throughout Genoa City. Her reappearance is set to unravel a web of lies and deceit that has been spun since her supposed demise. Fans will be left wondering how she managed to survive and what her next move will be. A targeted revenge plot. Heather's first targets upon her return are none other than Sharon Newman and Cameron Kirsten. The history between these characters is fraught with tension, betrayal, and unresolved issues. Sharon Newman. Heather holds Sharon responsible for much of her pain and suffering, and her desire for revenge is deeply personal. As the mother of Sharon's children, Heather's anger is amplified by feelings of betrayal. What lengths will she go to make Sharon pay? Cameron Kirsten. Cameron, too, has a tangled past with Heather that is ripe for exploration. As a character with a dark side, Cameron's re-emergence alongside Heather's return raises questions about alliances and past grievances. Will their shared history lead to an alliance against Sharon, or will old rivalries reignite? What lies ahead for Genoa City? As Heather plots her revenge, chaos is sure to ensue in Genoa City. Fans can expect explosive confrontations, shocking revelations, and high-stakes drama. Will Sharon and Cameron be able to navigate the fallout from Heather's return? Or will their past actions come back to haunt them in ways they never anticipated? Don't miss the action. The stage is set for a thrilling arc that will keep viewers on the edge of their seats. With Heather back in town, old wounds will be reopened, and the quest for revenge will have dire consequences for everyone involved. Stay tuned to The Young and the Restless as this exciting storyline unfolds, revealing the lengths to which characters will go for love, revenge, and redemption. This article encapsulates the suspense and intrigue surrounding Heather's return, setting the stage for dramatic developments in The Young and the Restless. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, September 30, 2024. Monday's episode of The Young and the Restless on September 30, 2024 is said to be packed with emotional confrontations, dark secrets, and family turmoil. Here's what you can expect to see. Sharon's guilt and a shocking confession. Sharon Newman is feeling the weight of her dark secret, and her guilt starts to overwhelm her. After weeks of tension, Sharon may finally be ready to confess to something she's been hiding. Her interactions with Nick and Faith become more strained as her conscience eats away at her, leaving her family worried and confused. In a twist, Phyllis Summers starts to suspect Sharon is involved in something nefarious, and Phyllis won't stop until she uncovers the truth. With Sharon's secret on the verge of being exposed, her world could come crashing down, leading to explosive confrontations. Kyle Abbott's reckless decisions are about to catch up with him. After months of keeping secrets, his actions come to light, leading to a major fallout. Summer Newman is devastated when she learns that Kyle has betrayed her in the worst way possible. Their marriage faces its biggest challenge, yet as Summer confronts Kyle about his infidelity. Will their love survive this ultimate betrayal, or will this be the end of their relationship? Meanwhile, Victor Newman steps in to address the chaos in the Abbott family and protect his daughter, Summer. Victoria and Nate's power struggle. Victoria Newman and Nate Hastings continue their battle for control at Newman Enterprises. Their power struggle escalates as they clash over company decisions, with both refusing to back down. Nate's ambition is stronger than ever, but Victoria won't let anyone undermine her authority. As tensions rise, Victoria's loyalty to her family is tested, and Nate's future at the company could be in jeopardy. Will Nate play dirty to secure his position, or will Victoria outmaneuver him before he has a chance to strike? Victor makes a bold move. Victor Newman has never been one to sit back and watch as his empire is threatened. On Monday, Victor will make a bold move that could change the future of Newman Enterprises forever. His actions will leave his family stunned and could cause even more division within the Newman dynasty. With both Nick and Adam watching closely, Victor's next move could set off a chain reaction that impacts everyone in Genoa City. Daniel's desperation. Daniel Romalotti is desperate for answers about Heather's disappearance. As he searches for clues, Daniel uncovers information that could bring him closer to the truth. However, his investigation takes a dangerous turn, putting him at odds with those who want to keep the truth hidden. Monday's episode will see Daniel wrestling with his emotions as he edges closer to a devastating revelation about Heather. What's next? Monday's episode will set the stage for a week of dramatic showdowns and unexpected twists. With relationships hanging in the balance and secrets ready to explode, The Young and the Restless promises an episode filled with intrigue and heartbreak. Make sure to tune in to The Young and the Restless on Monday, September 30, 2024, to see how all the drama unfolds. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sally Spectra is doing her best to put her shattered heart back together and move on with her life. Letting go of what she shared with Adam Newman isn't an easy task, but Sally knows she has to put him behind her. During Sally's recent conversation with Audra, she mentioned that she'd grown closer to Billy Abbott in the midst of all the drama. That left Audra looking devious as she wondered about the possibility of Sally and Billy's revenge hookup. Sally insisted that it never happened, but our Y&R predictions suggest she may start seeing Billy in a new light soon. There may come a point when Sally imagines hitting the sheets with Billy or even becoming a full-fledged couple with him. However, things may not be as simple as Sally making her move on Billy and winning him over. That's especially true if Audra makes a mess of the situation. Sally was repeatedly warned about Audra when they first started forming this friendship. Since Audra can't be trusted, Sally's connection to her could lead to issues. Audra looks out for herself first and foremost, so we won't be surprised if she betrays Sally in some way sooner or later. We also know that Audra and Nate Hastings have some problems on the horizon, so their romance certainly isn't locked in. There's the potential for someone else to catch Audra's eye, especially if he's part of her agenda. Will Audra steal Sally's new man in the coming weeks? Could Audra make a play for Billy and land in bed with him instead? Between all his Chelsea loss and pain and the corporate chaos, Billy could probably use a chance to relieve some stress. There are certainly ways that Audra might end up in Billy's orbit to help with that. For example, Audra might become Billy's ally if Victor Newman ultimately fires her. Then again, Audra might simply pretend to form an alliance if she becomes Victor's secret tool to help bring Billy down. It's even possible Audra will try to play matchmaker for Billy and Sally, only to start craving Billy herself. Whatever the case, Audra might land in Billy's bed eventually, so that could affect her friendship with Sally and possibly turn it into a rivalry. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Audra will remain one of GC's biggest troublemakers, so stick with us for updates on any bad news she might cause.